I have for sale my 2001 Jeep Wrangler TJ. This is the Sahara edition with a 4-liter inline-6 motor. This car has around 148,000 miles on it. It's a daily driver, and I have owned it for the last year. I am considered to be the third owner of this vehicle. Started out its life in Cookeville, Tennessee, and lived there for 10 years, and then I was bought by a gentleman in Tennessee who moved to Chicago for 1 year. He came back to Nashville, and that's when I acquired this. So I bought it last year, August of 2015. Again, it's a daily driver for me. As you can see, it's in terrific condition considering its age. It has a few age-appropriate warts on it. There's a ding right here in the driver's side door, and there's also a little bit of damage on the front driver's side fender, with some paint cracking right back here. It has 33-inch by 12.5 by 15-inch Goodyear Duratrack tires. These have been on the vehicle for about 10,000 miles, along with 15-inch Black Rock steel wheels. These are not the cheap steelies. These are actually about $125 a piece. So they're very, very nice wheels. You also have a front brush guard, the factory Sahara stone guards on the front lights, as you can see, along with a little LED light bar on the front as well. Glass is all good. There are no chips in the windshield. The hood just has, again, just a standard little scratching and rock chips, things of that sort, but nothing dramatic. Coming here to the passenger side. Passenger side's in pretty good shape as well. Again, it is a black vehicle, and being 15 years old, you are going to get some rock chips here in the fenders. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. And just continuing around here to the back side, again, just age-appropriate wear. This vehicle is a hardtop Wrangler. It is wired for the hardtop. The hardtop is included in the sale. I just don't have it on it because it's summer and it's a Jeep. So it is garage kept, so we're not sitting out in the sun all day. So the interior, as you can see, is in a good shape. No rips or tears in the seats. Does not stink, not smoked in, not left out in the elements, not overly faded. Very, very good condition for a 2001 Wrangler. It does have a Pioneer Bluetooth radio that is included as well. This being a Sahara does include air conditioning, and yes, it does work, which is terrific on these super steamy hot days. Back seat, again, good condition, original carpet throughout. It does have a Pioneer amplifier that is included as well. That's behind the dash that drives some nice kicker speakers that are up in the sound bar, and there's some Pioneer ones in the dash up here. It can get pretty loud, and you can hear it very well over all the highway noise. Let's take a look at the motor real quick. This does, being the 4-liter, sorry, let me get this open. I don't overly detail the motors, just so you can see that it has been very well taken care of, maintained. Oil's changed with synthetic every 4,000 miles. I've done a lot of work on it in the year that I had it. TJs, when they get to be around this age, typically you've got to take a look at the radiator. So I did replace the radiator along with the water pump, the thermostat, the drive belt, the air filter. The motor does not use any oil, does not leak any oil. But like any TJ with around 150,000 miles on it, the motor does seep from 3 specific places. Near the harmonic balancer, I think that's the crankshaft seal is what that's actually called. The valve cover gasket, and then of course the rear main seal. These are 3 things that are all easily changed if you need to. I've chosen not to do it just because a seep is not a leak to me. The bottom of the motor is not full of oil or anything, so you know, I've just not changed it. This isn't automatic. I guess I probably should have told you that. Shifts smooth. I've changed the automatic transmission fluid along with the automatic transmission filter. I have replaced the front discs and the front disc pads, all within the last 6 months. The rear drums looked good, so they've still got some life on them, so there's no reason to change those. There's no visible rust anywhere. You know, they're kind of TJs you want to check typically around the front control arms here, then around the transfer case as well. Again, just kind of age appropriate kind of wear that we're seeing there. It's never been off-roaded. I actually when I bought it a year ago, it was bone stock. Still had the stock radio in it. Still had the original wheels and tires. And so over the last year, I have put a 2.5-inch spacer lift. I have not replaced any of the suspension components, so you can very easily go back to stock if you want to. Still has the stock shocks, all the control arms, everything that you need to get it back to stock if you want to, or if you want to rip it all out and do a more performance suspension, that's completely up to you. It does have currently a check engine light that is on for the catalytic converter. That does need to be replaced if you want to pass emissions if you live in a county that does that. I'm just out of I'm out of time and just don't feel like changing that, so I'm going to leave that for the new owner if you need to. I've driven it like that for the last year because my county does not require that for emissions, and if you do turn off the light, it will come back on within anywhere from 50 to even 300 miles. Again, that's a catalytic converter, is what that is for, and I'll be happy to show you those codes for anybody that's looking at it. Do a quick startup here for you. Being a daily driver, it has started for me every time, has never sputtered,